Hey guys, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Episode episode 6. No, 7. Episode 7. Shit. Okay, we're off to a fantastic start. But before we continue this though, I would like to remind you guys to like, comment, and share the video and subscribe to help propel our channel growth. And I'd also like to take this time. I'd also like to take this time to remind you to enjoy the video. And to be safe from wherever you're watching. And let's get into it. So when we last left off, we had just met. We had been sent on an errand to go collect art supplies from the art club room where we met Rin, and Shizune got pissed off that Rin was using school property to nap on, yada yada. So now where we ran into the school nurse, and he got on our ass about exercising, which in someone in Hizao's condition should greatly consider his advice. The entire wall made from some kind of bricks, as the building as itself had been covered with some sort of painting. Most of it is still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with the black and white against the gray plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. There are human faces, legs, and hands. I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Stacks of what seem to paint cans arranged in piles around beside the wall. See, the left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. I have to work on it, but the guys from art class are helping with the negative spaces and the base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better, and it's faster too. She goes into a tangent of a tangent, waving with her arm, or whatever there is actually is, to demonstrate, even though I got the point already. The white cotton of her sleeve flaps around, and it makes me think it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of the student bases his special properties has in the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago already, which just keeps on blabbering. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there is something I need to figure out, and then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would all hope be lost? Because the paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think that's the best part. Start from the top. So this is your project? You did this? Yes. All of it? Yes. Nice, but I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into a minefield of political incorrectness. I blush really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels that I'm sure more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward. Don't you want to ask? How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that heart already, but isn't that hard to do? You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was by using her feet to eat, I guess that painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us have anything more to add to the subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid I would have to look it would look too flat, but that's unlike at all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looked like in dim light. Do you think it's flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat, like flat like some when people are. No substance, no meat where there should be some. I know a few girls who, okay, I get it, but I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms, so I don't really have anything to say. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that, saying, suit yourself without saying anything. It looks up to me at the sky, as if trying to look for something up there. I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand, the paints I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel like the festival's such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure if I could be of any help though. It's just mixing some paints. You can do that, probably. Do you have a motor control problems like, those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe? Not that I know of. I get it. Heart thinking has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a white brush between her toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow lazily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work, every now and then asking me for a hand with something or the other. Finding a different brushes is easy enough, but mixing paints to be the exact tone of this girl apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants a precision down to the last milliliter before she is satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best. Add half a splash of green, crouch down and pick up the can of bright green. The other green, this green. I carefully pour some of the other green paint in a mixing bowl. No, that's almost a whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add? No idea. You're the artist here. Hint and a smile appears at the corner of her mouth. Do you lack opinion? No, it's just I have no idea. It's okay, because I just got an idea. Add more white. This is... With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white paint in the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter. That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dream, but you can't remember it. Maybe it's yellow. Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the changing seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find it myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on a plaster wall feels like magic. I spent the moments I have between mixing paints and crouching down on the paving and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. The entire presence emits a completely different air as she plainly works the details, adding layers of paint on top of the layers. Paint steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I manage to procure the passable mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixtures, neither of us says a word for the longest time. And even those short discussions soon evolve into a shorthand, both of us developing and using weird impromptu code words for each various paints and hues, as if there was somewhere that some as if there was some need to conserve words in breath and sound. We stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. The sound of an alarm pulled me out of my fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I lingered under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses as to for why I already have it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded. I think still, despite being an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are still going to let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck for the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up and swallow the morning medications and put my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I don't get issued with a gym outfit. I'd order some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way. A bit like me. Seems a bit quite stupid to me, really. But I suppose this way at least I can tell the nurse honestly that I'm doing something about my health. Not that I was very much of a runner to begin with. Can't hurt to try, I guess. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic leg girl who bowled me over in the hallway street, running on the track lively like a half mechanical gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps across the somewhat easy slope. Her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine. The nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog just like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here for my health, and this prompting me to do so. And even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get into shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems my former assistant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. Good morning. Your name is Isao, right? Her grin seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name. You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hallway yesterday. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about it. That again. Well, not so long as you make a habit of it. I suppose it'll be fine. Great! I'm not sure if she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you? That's right. Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What? Are you saying I don't look like I could be a spy? No, it's more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone watch my every move, unless you're here to do exactly that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse asked me if there hadn't been a messy-haired transfer student. Looks like he's kind of lost around the track. So why are you here? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. Training? For what? Track! I see you're on the track team then. Emmy nods enthusiastically. Yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And modest about it, too. Hey, you should join up. It's a good exercise, you know. I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Now, I'm not even sure that I really like running at all that much. Plus, I'm not into organized sports, you know. It's true, I never really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning. I see, not even the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh? What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased. Are you going to warm up? Real men don't warm up. Oh no, you should always warm up. Bad, Hiso. She scolded me enthusiastically, but then smiled things closer. I hate warming up too. She laughed suddenly. Heck, I don't even have to stretch my legs. As I confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on air. Pair of springs, her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go. We both take off around the track, and I can immediately see she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run as sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Frankly, I don't remember if there was any peculiar form of running, but I can't help but feel like I'm doing it wrong somehow. I feel awkward in comparison to Emmy, who never seems to break stride. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm not really feeling up to more than a couple laps a day and slow to walk pretty quickly. Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to know to stop until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah, I'm not in very good shape right now. Emmy nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is that you started, right? Next time, you just have to try to hold out longer and longer and longer, and eventually you'll be great. I'll keep that in mind, but I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly, I think. Nah, I've got plenty of time. I notice she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisel. Yeah, see ya. Apart from feeling more tired than before, I don't think I accomplished anything today. I'm so out of shape, it's embarrassing. The whole thing might have been a waste of time. I'll find some other way. I head back to the dorm to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get to the hall to start putting on my clothes. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the midst, looming and radiating malicious intent, and bursting along the fog. Sup? What are you doing here? What in the hell? You scared me. What's your problem? I should be asking you that. I've been looking for it all over the place, man. What do you mean all over the place? I wanted to ask you. Looking for me like that, stark naked. But I hold my tongue back. I finally realize I'm still naked too. I quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. His glasses are fogged up, but then why doesn't he wipe them off? It's his vision so bad that he's perpetually seeing through fog. You know, your room. Yeah, that's it. I still had to get up, though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money? He puts on an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It doesn't work, but as he's transparent as his window pane sign with his glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing feels awkward. Actually, somewhat's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked, to say something of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush off the feeling with little success. Money? Sure. Awesome. Wait, why do you need it? Uh, can't you just give it to me because I had the good one not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have. I could have. Can't you? I could have, but I asked a restraint, and in the end, it's the thought that counts. Come on, be a pal. This makes no sense. If it's a thought that counts, I should withhold payments. And since they're so clear and pure, his intentions are probably even more sinister that he can't tell me what they are. I say to him so much to him. I'm offended, man. But if that's your game, fine then. Then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order a pizza, and I have already had most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest. I get some of the pizza too, right? No. Are you serious? Yeah, I would give you some, but you have class. You don't have time to eat pizza. What about you? I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, then I eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza, and they will ask for a slice. It's hard. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece, and then you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened to me before. That's how I know. Every day, I plan my vengeance so that when the people who wronged me or order a pizza, I will be there, ever vigilant. Kenji strikes a dramatic pose completely without irony. But yeah, I only need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza. It's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something standing, maybe wondering how I got there. And then out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning, splitting the sky, like how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat. A bird cracked on my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life. What was the first? He ignored me, keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. He's just trying to keep momentum. I'll go with that. Even Norman, like he just didn't hear me. It was like in the opening, some kind of anime show. You know how there's always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival and they fight each other and clash swords? Like there's a big dramatic colored wars and zoom. It was like that, but with poo. Okay, so yeah, I need the money. Please don't leave me hanging, man. It's only like need like 1,000 yen. I thought it was 400. Okay, what? I'll pay you back, I swear. You'd better. That's what it means to borrow stuff. I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back. You have 1 week. Ah! Ah! Kenji winces and the sound noise of dying cow particularly disturbing. Fact, given that his baton is conducting freely. You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Did you know that male porn stars only make about half as much of what female porn stars make? That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star. So maybe I'm a porn star on the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. And you can't even spot me or crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody. Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? This feminist agenda stuff again? This stuff is important. I can see that you don't give a shit, but this is serious. Here, feminists are dangerous enemy, make no mistake. You take them lightly, and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. BAM! Out of nowhere. How do you wake up in the morning if somebody stabbed you in your sleep? Women are terrible at stabbing things. I thought you just said you didn't take them lightly. Well, I don't I don't take them lightly for big things. Individually, they're not a threat. But if there was some kind of war, like a big war with men on one side and feminist forces on the other side, it would be pretty ugly. And that day will come, when the feminists come out of their central top secret World Wide Feminist headquarters and say, it's on now, motherfuckers. You're being ridiculous. There's no big worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it had to be massive. You couldn't even hide that on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with only women in it. Who said it was on Earth? I turned away from Kenji and start practically frowning face in the mirror so that I can figure what kind of frown best express my emotions. He can't see me from that distance anyway, which unfortunately means he just keeps on ranting without any regard for my sense or sensibility. Yeah, yeah, there's a war going on, a war not many know about, but it's a great one that will one day boil over and encompass all of the known world. Then we will have to pick sides. We will have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. Imagine the bloody battlefield, the vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought this cause was silly, when I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight, when I mistook the time of power went for a feminist raid and thought the end was near. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over. And I was like, whoa, before and I knew I had to get serious because I'm the last sane man in this insane world. It's about duty. It must be pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom with another naked guy. So can I have the money? He's blocking the way out and it's getting cold. I'm still naked and I want to go to class, so I agree to spot him the money. Awesome, thanks dude. We should go bowling later on. Bowling? Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport. I should wear a pink bowling shirt with matching shoes and pastel green with flower scents. There are bowling clothes? Maybe. Anyway, you better pay me back. I can pay you back in stuff, right? I don't have the time to ask him to elaborate what he means. I don't know. I have to get to class. You're kind of in the way. Oh, sorry, yeah. I didn't want to hold you up, and I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come. The time for what? I just like saying that. Okay, now the time really come for what? I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it. I was just going to, and what does that mean? It's a big bathroom. So I have to be on, or else I can't go. The pressure. Okay, what if someone comes in? I'll think of something. I gave him my practice frown, and it looks like kind of silly reflected in his glasses. Either he doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, I get dressed, run back to the room, feeling as though as an eternity has passed since I woke up. That is time I will never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. But right now, I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts to making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up from my head sits on the surface of my desk, rubbing my forehead. I realize this is a good reason as I need to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually, I hear a tapping noise outside the hallway. Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door looking hesitant, as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in of her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as if importance looking prim when entering our classroom. Excuse me. She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Hisao, good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks I was suspicious. If it's suspicious. I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely if she were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was here. I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh, so have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just for a bit before the bells ring. After that, did you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're only 2 people in the school right now. I don't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality a good thing? I think so anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon. And today's the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at least forms at the last minute. Maybe that's why it's so quiet today. And with that being said, that's all the time that we have to know. But before I end things off, though, I'd like to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video to help our channel grow, propel forward, keep propelling forward. Also, I'd like to remind you guys to follow my socials. You can find them in the description below. You should also join the Discord. It's completely free to join. I also stream Mondays and Fridays at 8 p.m. PST, sometimes earlier depending on the day. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.